So this dog has limited experience with decoys. So we've got a group of snow geese out here, and I like using snow geese because they're white. It really gives the dog something to target in on. They can really see them well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get him out and just kind of let him free roam out in the decoys. Get used to seeing them, get used to being around them. Let him sniff them. I'm not gonna hold him to any kind of standard. I'm just gonna let him run around and play. If he runs up to them, knocks them over, I don't care. This isn't about obedience. This is about him getting used to running around in the decoys and getting used to the actual decoys. So we're gonna get that started and let him check them out. Come on, Chief. Atta boy. Atta boy. Good job. Good job. And I'm actually, I'm gonna walk up to some of them, tap them around, just let him check them out. Chief, come on, boy. Come here, boy. What is that? What is that? What is that? What is it? Atta boy. Good. So, if you'll notice, we've got the decoys pretty much spread out. And there's a reason for that, because once he gets used to these decoys, I'm actually going to start getting him to retrieve just outside of the decoys. And I don't want them all bunched up together where he has to start trying to figure out how to navigate through them and gets distracted by the decoys. I want it to be a distraction, but not so much so that it affects the retrieve. So I've got them spread apart. And what I'm gonna do now that he's kind of gotten used to the decoys is I'm going to take and I'm gonna go back and grab a bumper, and I'm gonna start at the end of the decoys, and I'm gonna throw him a bumper from my side at the very end of these decoys and slowly work my way back until I get to the other side of these decoys, and I can throw a bumper all the way across the decoys, and he'll run through the decoys, grab the bumper, and hopefully turn around and come back. And then once we get to where he's running through the decoys efficiently, then we'll start to tighten up the decoys a little bit and slowly move in that direction, so that he does have to learn how to navigate through the decoys. So let's get that started. Sit. All right, so we're pretty much on the other side of the decoys. I've got one or two decoys sitting right here. I'm gonna take and I'm just gonna throw this bumper on that side of the decoys, and then I'm gonna slowly work my way back. And I do want to mention that where I'm training at today, the grass is really high. In a perfect world, we wouldn't want the grass to be this high, but it's what we have to work with, so we're just going to go with it. When I start to back up, I may throw a few extra bumpers out here so that he doesn't have to struggle to find a bumper. That's not what this is about. This is about getting him to run through the decoys and get used to running through the decoys and not checking up early inside of the decoys, but we want him busting through them. So again, I may throw some extra ones out here once we start to back up and push the decoys in closer together. But here we go. Sit. Atta boy, good job, buddy. Good job. Good job. Good. Good. Come on. Now we're going to slowly back our way up into the decoys a little bit. Come on, Chief. Atta boy. Come on. Here. Sit. Good. Sit. Good. And I'm not going to wait too long before I release him, because again, I don't want his focus to come off of this. I want him to be able to get to this fairly quickly, because it's not about being able to, we're not trying to focus on his marking ability. We're teaching him to get through the decoy. So, sit, mark. Atta boy, come on. Good, good. Here. so this is what we call salting the area. Like I said, the grass is tall. It's not ideal for what we're trying to do, but it's what I have to work with. So that being said, I'm gonna take a few of these bumpers and I'm gonna toss them out in a small area of where I'm actually gonna be throwing the bumper for him to retrieve, just so that he doesn't struggle when he gets out here. He gets to a bumper and he's not putting on some kind of hunt, because again, that's not what this is about. So I'm just gonna toss them out and try to put them high on top of the grass so they're not down in the grass. All right, that's probably plenty. I'll throw one more out for good measure. Come on, boy. Sit. Chief. Atta boy, good job. Good job. Good job. Too congested in there. I want him to be able to get through there without having to try too hard to navigate through the decoys. After we get through with this process, we will move the decoys in a little bit closer so he does have to navigate through them. But for now, I just want him getting straight through them with ease. Here we go. Sit. Mark. Chief. Atta boy. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good. So now we're going to tighten up these decoys a little bit so that he does have to try to navigate through them. All right, so we've tightened up the decoys a little bit. I've probably got, I don't know, 12 or so decoys out here, but we've got them tightened up. Now he's gonna have to navigate through them a little bit. But I've left the bumpers in the same spot as before. And I still have a few extra down there just in case he gets to where he's trying to hunt for one or can't find one. There's a few more down there, so it's not a big deal. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw one across the decoys and get him running through the decoys, and we'll see what happens. Sit. Chief. Atta boy. Good job. Good boy. Good boy. Good. So you see there, he didn't have much problem getting through the decoys, and I may walk from side to side and throw from over here, or, you know, and there's plenty of things you can do with this. So now that he's proficient at getting through the decoys, and we'll work a little bit more at this, you can start adding things. So you can get somebody to help you and actually throw bumpers so you're not throwing from your hip. You can, once gun introduction is finished, you can start adding the gun with poppers or blanks. There's just so many things that you can do with this to get them used to hunting with big numbers of decoys and getting through the decoys. Oftentimes I hear people say that their dog gets hung up in the decoys and won't hunt past the decoys when you've got a big spread. And sometimes a lot of times that's good if you're a pretty good shot and you're knocking them down in the decoys, but unfortunately I'm not that good of a shot, so I'm having to send my dogs past the decoys a lot of the times. So with that being said, we're going to work around a little bit right here and get him to continue just pushing through the decoys. Chief. Atta boy. Good. Here. Atta boy. Good job. Good job. Sit. All right. Good dog. Good boy. Good boy.